Whoop. Hello, my dear friend. I am here. This is my third attempt at doing a live stream. It's harder than it seems. Now, I've been trying for a couple of days. The other one I was trying a webcam. With webcam. I was using it yesterday, and the quality was so terrible. Honestly, I was like, this is like a flip phone from the 90s or something. Now I have now this is my setup. An iPhone and just my computer. So no external cameras or anything. I'm hoping that it will go better than other times. And oh, my name is really tiny right there. So yeah, what I'm gonna be doing today, I've been doing all those squares in the morning. I finished a page yesterday about the dream that I was having. So now, this is my time timer. I always use it just to make sure I do things for at least an hour. It's like the Pomodoro technique, but I like making sure that at the very least I do it for an hour. At least. I don't like having the phone right there in front of everything, but I just don't know how to get it out of the screen. I guess it's okay. Yeah, so I did this page yesterday. Now I'm gonna go into this page, the waking up right there. Little character waking up. And now I wanna make sure because yesterday it was upside down. This is the right side. Yes, sure, okay. So yes, I'm gonna be drawing the waking up scene from my book. It's interesting because I'm always wondering, can I concentrate while I'm drawing? If I'm doing all this other stuff? And to be honest, I have so much stuff in my desk that you cannot see because I'm very stealthy and I'm hiding it from you. But I'm thinking maybe I should empty it next time. Just move a little bit more freely. We could show you, but it's a mess. Okay. So, okay. Look, in order for me to have this there, then it covers my face, which I guess is okay. And today I have a softening filter, which is I guess a funny invention. Is one of those things that in the dating sites they tell you, I hope you don't have filters. Then I don't know. Is it vanity? It's weird because when I'm drawing, I don't want to be thinking about how I look. Is that weird? I guess it's normal. So I'm gonna be drawing this little character. But I've been wondering, other people that stream, like, do they put music or something? Like, what happens? And it's my trusty blue pencil. And then I was trying to make like little clips, videos from the recording that I did yesterday. They look so terrible. Oh my god, they look so terrible. So I couldn't use them because they were cropped in a way that it got all the drawing out. So as I told you over and over, I'm just learning. You can only try new things. In fact, the place where I usually draw is this drafting table here, but I don't know how to put a camera there. And especially if I need to use my computer as a camera, how would I do that? I'm not sure. Okay, so this little character is waking up. So it has to have a very tired little face. It should be bigger. The good thing about the blue pencil is that you can make as many wrong lines as you want because it doesn't get perceived by the scanner. So yeah, you can do as many wrong lines as you want. I was telling you the other day, sometimes like when I see one of the sketches, I'm like, oh, I wanted exactly that expression. And I'm trying, never exactly the same. And sometimes you get really attached to the expression in the sketch because it's just better. When you're sketching, you're just like feeling it so hard. It's just coming out. And when you are actually drafting, it's not the feeling anymore. You're actually copying. It's not always the same. It's never the same. How does one look when waking up? What's the expression? I was reading the other day a graphic novel about. I don't usually read too many graphic novels, but I must read more because some of them are so good. And this one is a lesbian lady who writes about her relationships and stuff. I don't remember the name, but she's super famous. And she talks about how she fell in love with some lady like many years before they actually started dating. And it made me wonder, in heterosexual relationships, how they say that usually there's these rules that if the guy likes you, then the relationship is gonna work out. But if he doesn't like you, it's never gonna work out. But if the woman doesn't like you at the beginning as a man, the man could convince the woman, in theory, by being very nice, by being present, or that's the idea. That's what I get from the literature that I read about it. And then I was wondering what happens in lesbian relationships. Can anybody convince anybody? That's what I was wondering. So I was saying when I'm drawing an expression, that's the one time that I cannot speak. because you need to feel the emotion. Does the character look nice and cozy? You know what I discovered? The screen is mirrored in a way. Yes, that's why I didn't understand the movements. I'm telling you, new information. Always something new. You need to get down there. Whoop. The cable for my phone. The scene that I'm drawing is waking up one day after my cat was dead. It's very sad. So I'm in my bed. What you cannot see here, look, is this little mouse toy from my cat who died. Oh my goodness. My cat Robin. It was his his mouse toy. So sad. Oh, what if we did it in a little bit of an angle? I wonder. Would you like to try that out? How does that feel to you? Whoop. Whoop, I didn't work out. No worries. You know what? This whole streaming, what it helps me is drawing in different places because I'm always drawing with a paper this close to my face, and now I feel like I'm having to adapt to different positions. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but challenges are good, aren't they? It's good to keep it fresh because sometimes I feel like if I've done that something a million times, it doesn't feel as exciting. And this book has like 300 pages, so I've done things over and over and over. Which is funny because if you see the rest of my work, I don't even repeat characters ever if I can avoid it. So the fact that I'm like having to repeat these little characters like hundreds and hundreds and thousands of times, I don't even know why I made that choice, honestly. Again, maybe it was a challenge because I don't like doing it, but I'm enjoying this book, honestly. But honestly, as I say this, the trying to learn live streaming at the same time, I think is even better because it's showing me even another challenge. So as you can see in the sketch, it's a very emotional little face. He's crying. I was crying because my cat Robin died. I need to pay attention. That's another thing that I'm learning. What kind of things can I draw while I'm paying attention to other things, and what kind of things I cannot draw if I'm paying attention to other things. There's limits. There's times that you have to be very focused, and times that you can be a little bit more free. Oh, what I found out. Maybe I can learn how to. Hey, how to. Oh, look, I'm angling it. So I think I found a way. Maybe. There. When my cat Robin died, I used to draw it all the time. I used to draw him all the time. I think art is a very good thing to process grief, to be honest. What doesn't take it away? I can take it away, but it makes it. At least it turns it into something beautiful. So it is worth something. You know? That's the thing with art. Like if you can at least make something beautiful out of all of your experiences, it's not like it's worth it, but at least it gives meaning. Look. Ooh, there's music coming out of my iPad. I'll take it as divine intervention. What if I put the camera over here? How would that look? We're just figuring things out as we go, my friend. It's good. No? What about this? What about that? I'm just wondering how to do this situation. Again, if my desk was empty, this would be easier, but it's full of stuff. Full of art supplies and rock. A coral. This little frame. This little frame says curiosity, vulnerability, and love. I have it in my desk because that's what I want my writing to be. You know, curious, vulnerability, and love. Because in the end, that's what I'm trying to do. What? I'm trying to love the world through my work. Ultimately, that's my goal. Okay, this is the stupid webcam that is garbage. Honestly, it's garbage. It's so terrible. Is that when I was using yesterday? If you see the video from yesterday, I'm like, what the hell was that video? Holy moly. I'm saying it looks like a flip phone from the 90s or early 2000s. And now we see a cable for my phone. How do I deal with it? How do people deal with all of this? How do I do it, honestly, with a clip? If you have a Twitch, honestly, I would love to learn from you if you could teach me things because I'm finding these lessons very overwhelming. Okay, I tied it with a rubber band, which was laying around in my desk, which shows you that there's lots of random objects in my desk like this, a cup, my little frame. There is a notebook. Well, the notebook is useful because that's where I write all the things that I need to do. Oh, look, I found a little drawing. Look at this. Well, it's not mirrored, but it says, stay with me. Please, just stay with me. Won't you? I find these little drawings everywhere around my desk and my studio and my house. I'm always doing these little drawings. Oh, okay, you cannot see my cable. Good. I was so sad about Robin. Oh, wait. You know what I remember? That if I have music, then YouTube won't let me repost. So that's pretty annoying. Let me see. You know what? I could see this full screen. Cool. Oh yeah, determination. This whole page is just about my sadness about Robin dying, you know? I'm so sad. But I was just trying to stay active and to do things, even though I was feeling very sad because, you know, I don't know. If you haven't had a cat, it may sound ridiculous, but if you have had a cat, you know that when your cat dies, it's just like, what the hell just happened? It's just, it's like you lost like a piece of your house or a room or something because they give you so much stability and they just give you so much. The loving cats, they give you so much love. And and my cat just had died, and I just was beyond sad. Like I was besides myself. I didn't know what to do with myself. And my book is about dating, so I was still trying to go dating even though my cat had died, which was didn't make me the best dater ever at the time, you know. I was not the most fun person. But I was still trying because what I told myself, you know, Annie, your cat, Robin, will have loved you to find love. Your cat wouldn't like you to be moping and sad. And I believe that. I believe our, I don't know, like, again, if you haven't had a cat, you may find this very weird to hear, but I do think that our animals would like us to be happy. They love us. And then they die. And I bet you that from beyond the other world, whatever it is, they're wishing us happiness. this specific date, this guy took me for chilaquiles. Interesting guy. Although, to be honest, I didn't find him that interesting. That was part of the problem. Have you had those kind of dates that the person doesn't ask you any questions? So this one's one of those. What I found really hilarious is that he wanted me to go exclusive with him at the time. This guy that I had gone on 3 dates with him, and he had a boat, a sailboat. He took me to a sailboat and he cooked some dinner for me in the grill. And then we went, I don't even remember, for coffee or drinks or something. And we had fun, but I discovered one thing. Because this day I was very sad. And what I discovered is that if we had fun in the past, it's because I made it fun. You know, I was asking all the questions. I was just coming up with all the conversation topics, and basically I was keeping the conversation going. And what I discovered this day that I was sad because my cat passed away is that he didn't really ever ask me anything. And I wouldn't have realized that if this hadn't happened, at least not as quickly. But because this happened, we went into this date, and I was like, holy moly, if I'm sad, the conversation dies off. Pretty much. If I'm not feeling 100% and I'm not interviewing him, basically, there's no subjects of conversation. And that was this date. And we were eating chilaquiles at a very nice patio, but look how sad I was. And then I think if we had had a connection, this would have been an excellent moment for us to just understand each other better, and like, you know, some vulnerability, like, oh yeah, my cat died, and then we can share and grow from there, grow a relationship from there. But in reality, then you realize, well, there's no relationship if we cannot communicate unless I'm feeling 100%. Then there's no conversation. That's weird, isn't it? So that's what I figured out in that date with him, which is good, honestly, because I have dated people for months who don't ask any questions, and really, what's the point? What's the point of going on dates with people who don't ask you any questions? But I wouldn't have realized it if he hadn't been that I dated him on a day that I didn't feel good. So you know what? I was thinking maybe I shouldn't go out with him because I don't feel good. But it was a test for him. And he failed it, which is okay. It's good to try to be ourselves and see what happens. Otherwise, what? Like we only date when we're our like most adorable, perfect selves, and the other part, what? Because we're not talking about a first date. If it was a first date, maybe I will be like, okay, this is not the best idea to get to know somebody. But this was a guy who was asking me to go exclusive with him. We had been in more dates, and I was like, well, let's see how he behaves when I'm in pain. Let's test it out. Let's be in pain in the presence of a human being who is claiming to want to be my beloved. And then, yeah, I didn't ask any questions because I didn't know. I just didn't have the energy because I was sad. Have you had that experience? Going on dates with somebody who doesn't ask any questions? I hate that. Like, honestly, my friends, if you go on dates, ask questions. men and women and everybody else. I think being curious about other people is a way of loving people. Asking them about themselves and being interested and listening to them. In my opinion, it is a way of loving people. Because I feel like we go through life and not a lot of people listen to us. So every time I go on a date, I tell myself, I don't know what this fellow human is dealing with at this time. So I'm gonna give this fellow human my attention, my love, my curiosity. I wanna listen to this person. And it's not love in the way of like, I'm gonna give love. Like, I'm just love in the way that this fellow human exists. I'm in presence of a creation from the universe. So I'm gonna appreciate their existence and I'm gonna listen to them and I'm gonna appreciate their existence. That kind of love. That is love. Presence is love. Listening is love. Seeing a person is love. Just being kind to somebody is love. And then who knows, you may never see them again. Or you may see them again. But I feel like every time I'm in the presence of a fellow human, I'm just so aware that they're a miracle. They are a miracle. You know, fellow humans. I'm like, how did this, even when I see a dog or a cat, I'm like, how did this creature come to exist? This is like a bag of flesh and hair and blood and other elements, which was touched by like a magic wand that turned it into a living organism that thinks and lives and dies and breathes and has a heart that is beating. And I get so excited that like that's it. This is the love that I mean, the appreciation for human existence, for the miracle of being, the miracle that we all are. I feel like if we all treated each other like that, the world will be better, don't you think? Although these days I am learning to set boundaries more and more because I have this tendency to love too easy and too much, as you can imagine by what I'm telling you. I'm just so in awe of existence that I'm like, ah, everybody's good. I'm gonna love everybody. And then I get in troubles because then narcissistic people, they look at me and they're like, whoa, what a delightful morsel of obedience and admiration I'm getting here. And usually they're right because they just love bomb me and then I fall for it really easy. But I'm learning. I don't do it anymore, okay? I used to. Now what I'm realizing, all that love that I've given others, that I'm like, wow, what a miracle they are. I'm realizing, what the hell? I'm also a miracle. I am a miracle. And you are a miracle. And we all are miracles. So that when you realize that, it helps you not to put people on a pedestal as easily. And that helps you that if somebody's treating you bad, then you escape. You don't let them. Okay. The expression. I'm telling you, this is the most critical point. The expression. one of the new generation boundaries that I'm putting in my dating life is that if somebody is really bad at communication or inconsistent, I escape. I don't wait to see how bad it's gonna get. Like, because at some point it's good to tell people, like, you know what? I thrive when communication is very, very good and like very consistent and everything. It is worth telling people that. But if you're barely getting to know somebody and they are showing you that they're really bad at communicating, that they're really bad at uh, staying consistent, sometimes it's better to just disappear from their lives and just say, like, you know what? If this is the way you treat somebody that you're trying to get into their pants, geez, honestly, it's not gonna get better from there. Well, or not even the pants. Let's say this is a way you treat somebody that you're trying to get into their life or like be part of their lives with their partner. This is like, how are you gonna woo me? By inconsistently communicating, intermittently getting in touch, uh, not answering your messages until the next day or whatever it is. Do you really want to be there with a person like that? Because that's the thing. I used to take it personally and I used to say, like, oh, if I were more interesting or prettier or richer or younger or like whatever that will make me more desirable, they will be in touch more often. But then these people, they treat others like that who are skinnier or younger or more desirable as well. They just treat people like that. When people treat you in a way, they're showing you one thing, and that thing is, this, my friend, is the way I treat people. And if sometimes, honestly, it just shows that they're not interested in you specifically, and that's fine too. Let's liberate them because it means that they don't see your light, they don't see what you offer. It's not people's fault to have values that they have or to value things that they value or to want the things that they want. So if they don't value you, it's better to just let people go, in my experience. Because something that I'm learning lately is that, oh, my daughter is arriving. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás? Bien. ¿Cómo te fue? Bien. Qué bueno. Necesito el poco muy mal. Ah, estoy streaming eso. Pero no te escuchan, amor. Aquí el micrófono está por acá. Y aparte, Elodie, tengo un viewer. ¿Quién es? No sé. What the heck? No, creo que tengo. Anyways. This frame is going to be mainly text. So I'm drawing just the computer. Mm, I just realized I could be streaming also to Instagram. How didn't I think about that? What I would like to do is to stream to YouTube, but I don't have enough followers. If I had more followers, I could also stream from over there. Okay, this drawing is a little bit tricky for me. Look at that little dress. This is gonna be fun because I like the dress. Basically, all my characters in this book are like these little beans. So I draw them first, the little bean, and then like a flowy dress. With my summer hat that I'm wearing all the time, always in the summer because I get heat strokes really easy and sunstrokes really easy. And it was a summer dress because it was the summer. When this date happened, when Robin died. It was a beautiful, beautiful summer day. And I was feeling all insecure for some reason. You know how it goes. Well, then I went to the store, and the lady at the store told me, "Oh, you look beautiful." And I'm like, "Thank you, lady. That's what I needed." It is a nice dress. And it's from Old Navy. So it was very cheap. Thank God. I have a friend, my friend Shani. She always finds really cheap, very stylish clothes, and I learned from her how to find like cheap, stylish clothes in a budget. And this is my favorite hat that I say I wear it all summer long. Like honestly, 90% of the photos of me during the summer, I'm wearing that hat. Because if I don't, I get a sunstroke every time. And the dress itself has a little pattern of flowers, a very pretty pattern that I really love. I was so excited that day. I was about to on an excellent date. Excellent. After the terrible date with the chilaquiles guy, I was about to go on one that I was never to forget. It's true. Even if it sounds very dramatic. It's also a little bit tricky because it has some different elements. There's a guy here reading. A sketch. I wonder when people are live streaming, can we have like subtitles? Like, I mean, or like captions? I guess subtitles will be great too. Because I like putting them for people in Mexico. Mis personas de México, que las quiero tanto. Tal vez a veces puedo hablar en español. Maybe sometimes I can make live streams in Spanish. So I find like this needs a little bit of depth. There. Now it's better. Oops, that's my alarm. I wanted to stream for an hour and I did it. Yay, yay, yay. We got how many pages? 2? You know, I'm just doing like the drawings, but I still have to do all the handwriting. Oh, I wish I could show you, but I have some chapters already finished. And all of the lettering is made by me. So it's a lot of handwriting. This is me picking at a coffee shop. Okay, the floral pattern. I think I should have a little bit of texture here. Just to make it a little bit more interesting. Maybe here too. No, what probably will be better just more. Well, I'm gonna finish this stream here. And thank you so much for drawing with me, and see you very soon again. And yes, maybe tomorrow. We go to page 6. So we just have like 35 to go on this chapter. And I still have to do the handwriting and everything, but I think we're going at a good pace. Thank you for being here with me. Mwah!